Hi everyone and welcome back. In today's video, Bruce and I went for a short, snowy day trip, and it was a beautiful blue sky day, but it was bitter cold and well below 0 degrees Celsius. My trusty heated seat definitely earned its keep. We had a mix of woods trails, a few dirt roads, and we went from about midday until well after dark. We used a gas barbecue to cook sausages and pork chops, and had a nice fire to keep us warm before heading home. This was the first winter ride of 2024 for me, and it was the first time I was free to go out in a few months. So I was quick to say yes when Bruce sent me a message saying he was hitting the trails and asked if I wanted to go. If you're wondering what that cable is plugged into my power outlet with the red light, that's for my heated seat. I got a 2-pack of heated seats at Costco a few years ago, and the other one is still sitting in the house. I never use it. Bought it for my wife, and she doesn't come out very much in the cold because she hates the cold, but it works really well. You can get those on sale at Canadian Tire too. They're a different brand, but they work equally well, and on a day like this, those things are worth their weight in gold. They work really, really well to keep the chill off. I saw a set of these on Amazon that plug into each other, which is really nice because then you only need one plug for your 12-volt outlet. If you're going to go out in weather like this, just be prepared for it. Make sure you wear layered clothing so that if it gets warm later in the day, you can take some off. And it's a good idea to bring a waterproof bag and have a change of clothes just in case anything happens if you happen to get wet for whatever reason. And make sure your cell phones are charged or have a way to charge them while you're out on the trail in case you need assistance, things like that. Those are frozen puddles that we're driving over here and there. You can kind of see the divots. And luckily it was cold enough for a lot of them to be frozen, but not all of them were. There was a few you're going to see here later where they were pretty deep too, that we had to bash through some ice. We started breaking through some of the ice here, but this was just baby stuff, really. Bruce doesn't have a full windshield on his machine like I do, so when he starts going through some of these branches like this and all that snow's coming down, he's totally getting covered with snow on the inside of his cab. And Bruce is going to break through some pretty deep ice here in a second.
Oh, yeah. Oh. I just started going down too. Just let me walk alongside here. Whoa! That was not as strong as I thought. Oh, I left my water here too. Alright. Can't get over that freaking ice burn.
That was a bit of an unnerving angle, I would say. He got out here fine, no problem. Then it was my turn, but Bruce already did the heavy lifting there. These big chunks of ice can sometimes damage things too, so you kind of have to be careful. We were out a few years ago and a buddy of ours had a chunk of ice go through his radiator, and then you can actually have them, come up and break boots and things like that as well.
I'm gonna back up a little bit.
You got a piece stuck in your wheel there.
Oh, do I? Did it come out?
Yeah. You're pushing like a big sheet. Yeah, you got a huge sheet.
I gotta back up then and see if I can get away. Oh! Yeah, look at the size of that. Alright, let's try that again. Is it? Friggin' ice. Yep.
Bruce took me to one of his favorite spots that he has out not too far from where he lives, and some other people have found this spot and decided to start building a cabin in here in the background, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice little setup that they have in here. And we didn't stay here very long. We just had a few minutes break and then we get back on the trail. Then we went and found a better spot to go have a fire. The local ATV club, South Colchester ATV, set this area up. It's a wide open circular area with picnic tables and fire pits. It's great, and any time of year really, if you're traveling through here, it's a good spot for doing anything like this. Poor old Moosey, he's getting pretty weathered. We were in no rush to get anywhere. We just took our time telling stories, cooking some food, and had a great time before we decided to head back to the trucks.
Looks good.
And since it was so cold, we decided it would probably be a good idea to let the machines run for a few minutes before we decided to leave. I was just playing around with my LED light bar to kind of see the difference with and without it on. And a few years ago, I replaced the bulbs for my stock headlights with LED ones. And for the cheap cost of what it was to buy them, I'm pretty impressed with how bright they are. I didn't get this part on video, but when we went to leave, all of our brakes were frozen up. We had to really step on the gas to get going, and you heard a big snap noise when the rotors and the brakes finally let go. And we had to drive for a while and keep pressing the brakes to heat them up a bit because they were they did not like all that water on them.
Oh, is it?
And because the bridge was out up ahead, it wasn't long before we had to go through some water again. Luckily, it wasn't very deep. If you think this looks like fun and you want to go out and go for a winter ride with you and your friends and you haven't done it before, like I mentioned earlier, make sure you bring extra gear, extra hats, gloves, boots, pretty much everything, just in case you get wet. It's not fun at all being wet, especially if it's cold outside. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. And as always, if you like what you saw, please consider clicking the like and subscribe buttons.